Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Anthony.
And today we're going to talk about the 5 things we hate
and love
about the RED Komodo. Let's get started. So one of the things I hate most about the RED Komodo is that terrible screen. I believe it's a 4-inch screen, which is not the greatest size. And oddly, they decided to put it on the top of the unit, which is great for when you're shooting up high so you can't see it. And then the only other option for that screen is to buy a close to $2,000 RED Control Kit from Small HD on a $6,000 camera. So not my favorite feature by far about the RED Komodo.
Though as a counterbalance, where else were they going to put the screen? It makes sense that it's on the top because it's such a small little cube that there's not much else place to put it, and it really allows for some of the other versatility that the camera body brings.
Another problem I have with the Komodo is really its form factor. It is a great little box that you can build off of, but it's literally a 4-inch cube, and it doesn't always fit into where I'm doing some rigging and things like that. Sometimes it's a little bit too small, and a lot of the balancing with some of the larger lenses tends to be a little wonky with a camera body so small.
And on the flip side, we love the form factor. It goes on pretty much every rig that we need it to, whether it's smaller gimbals, Dana dollies, hi-hat sticks. It's super small, compact, and can get into nitty-gritty situations that we need it to on set.
So the RED Komodo comes with an RF mount from Canon, which is a little odd, especially in the cinema camera world. While itself not a bad mount, it's just not as common. Basically, you have to adapt everything, including to a PL or an EF or whatever else you're using, which can cause play, and there is ways to remedy those situations. But I really wish they would have considered doing a removable mount like they did on the old DSMC2 cameras, where you can just pop it out with 4 titanium screws.
But really for me, it's what's behind the RF mount. It's the sensor, and it produces such an incredible image, especially considering its price point. Renders skin tones really well, great low light performance, and we've been super happy with the latitude that this camera provides us in post-production.
So the RED Komodo to me is a little bit of a step back as far as the R3D file compression. If anyone familiar with RED, it used to have a 10, 9, 8:1 compression ratio that you could really dial in specifically to the project. Well, they've replaced that now with a low, medium, and a high. And there's actually a current beta that does a extra long, extra low quality as well that'll get about 4 hours out of a card. But I just kind of missed that ability to dial in the right compression for the right project.
Yeah. And on the flip side, we found that the software is super reliable. We've put this thing through its paces the past year, and we haven't had any glitches, especially with beta software that we've used for anamorphic support. So stability overall has been tremendous.
And I do agree with Anthony that the software's been stable. It's pretty easy to use. It's very straightforward, not too convoluted for anybody to kind of pick up and use. But there is, to me, a glaring hardware issue, and that is the Wi-Fi module built within the camera. It does come with a small nub antenna, which I know a lot of people do upgrade to help the Wi-Fi strength, but it tends to be fairly limited, does like to disconnect itself pretty often, and could be used as an upgrade.
And honestly, I have no strong counter to that. And that's mostly because of John's point of the hardware limitation. The RED Control App itself is phenomenal. I love it as a director. John likes it as a DP, especially given the screen limitations. It's actually the preferred way to dial in settings in a lot of different scenarios. And for me as a director, I don't have to lean over John's shoulder to check what's going on behind the camera. I could just see it at a glance, and it's really great to have, especially in a pinch where maybe you didn't have a monitor and you want some monitoring capabilities.
So those are the 5 things that we hate
and love
about the RED Komodo. If there's anything that you hate or love about the RED Komodo, feel free to put a comment down below. And if you like the content that we're producing, please subscribe and put a like on this video.
And if you're a Komodo user, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know what your experience has been like since it came out.
See you on the next one.
Bye.